Hey guys, I am so happy you're here for some extreme cleaning motivation and homemaking inspiration. I started my channel several years ago to help me when I was struggling with postpartum depression after having our third son, and I will forever be grateful for all that this amazing community has done for me. Even to this day, when I'm struggling with things, filming these videos and sharing them with you guys, chatting with you in the comments just helps me so much. So it always just makes me really happy to be able to pay it forward and hopefully lift y'all up when you are struggling with things in life as well. I know it can be easy to fall behind on housework or even just feel like you're in a rut and struggling to feel motivated. So I hope that this Clean With Me Marathon can be a helpful tool for you to keep you motivated and also remind you to take pride in homemaking, because you do a lot and I know it's not always appreciated, but what you do really makes a difference and it is so important. Now, if you're new here or unfamiliar with what a cleaning marathon is, it's actually an idea that my husband Kyle came up with a few years ago and y'all have loved it ever since. So basically, I've compiled a few of my recent cleaning and homemaking videos into one long video that you can pop up on your TV, tablet, or phone and just enjoy having a friend clean along with you. This way you can have uninterrupted motivation while you get things done without having to be pulled out of the zone to find a new video to put up. Now, I also wanted to remind you that I have a giveaway going on in my recent budget bathroom organization video, so be sure you get entered into that and leave a comment down below. Let me know, what are your plans this weekend? We have a bunch of kids' soccer and football games, and I'll also be doing my best to prepare our home for the upcoming week, but hopefully we'll have enough time to squeeze in a bit of family time because that is my absolute favorite. But anyway, I will go ahead and pause the chit chat for now. Let's do this. Hey you guys, welcome back. I am so excited for today because we are going to be testing out several new cleaning products that I picked up over the past month or so, and I haven't tried them out yet because I figured it'd be a lot of fun just to try them together. There are some that I have super high hopes for and I'm pretty positive I'm going to love, and then there's a few that I'm like a little bit skeptical about, but I'm so excited to try everything out and share all my feelings on them. So everything that I am trying out today I will have linked down below and then also over on my Like to Know It page. You guys, I'm hoping that some of these things are going to be a little bit of a game changer and just make things a little bit easier around the house, because that's always my goal, right? Just to make things a lot easier when it comes to cleaning and homemaking. So let's get into it. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick little unboxing to start things out. So this first item is a mop, and I actually used to have one kind of similar to this, but this one has definitely fixed the issues that the old one had. Like, it's a lot more sturdy, but I didn't get this mop to mop the floors. I actually got it to clean the walls, and we'll be doing that later on. And then this little contraption is actually a baseboard cleaner, and I'm going to be cleaning the baseboards upstairs, so you'll see later on in the video kind of what my thoughts are on this little guy. But it's pretty cool because it comes with two different kinds of pads, and it also can be used to clean walls or baseboards, flat baseboards, kind of all of it. And then this guy is something that I've seen all over social media. It is one of those really long shower cleaning tools, and I've been kind of skeptical about it just because I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to really press down on it and get a good clean, but I'll show you guys that one really soon. And then this one is not like a new tool necessarily, but it's actually a cleaning hack for cleaning mirrors and windows. Honestly, I kind of struggled with this at first, but in the end, I loved this one. Okay, so normally I will always clean our windows or windows and mirrors with my e-cloths. I use the general purpose e-cloth and the glass and polishing cloth, and that works amazing. Like, it leaves 0 streaks. The only thing is it's just a cloth in your hands, so I typically will have to get on like a stool or something. And I saw this hack. I don't remember exactly where I saw it, but it was on one of the shorts here on YouTube. But basically you just use spray away, which I know is very popular. And then you want to get a Swiffer mop. These were the microfiber cloths that she had linked. So all you do is push them into the little holes, and basically you're just going to spray your mirror and then wipe it down with this. We'll see how it works. I'm gonna test this one out a little bit more because I think I might have used too much of the product, and also it did work definitely better when I did like double this up. It was less floppy and I feel like it had more absorbency power in there. Also, I'm very picky with streaks, so I was like looking really close because sometimes it looks like you got it, and then once the dust settles, it's like you can kind of see where you wiped. I think this is gonna be really nice, and I don't know. I'll have to check it out more, but it would be nice to be able to do this without having to climb on anything. Like, that would just make it way faster. Okay, I am very impressed with this. So I feel like I was using too much on the first mirror. That mirror I used less, and because I had it doubled up, it worked way better. I don't see any streaks at all, and it was like quick, very easy. So I definitely would recommend that one. I was actually not planning on cleaning our glass doors in our bedroom, but I honestly always just avoid cleaning these because I hate having to grab a bunch of stools or chairs to climb up on, because I definitely cannot reach the top of them. But this made short work of it. However, I went back later and I looked, and on the outside you could definitely see streaks, and I'll kind of talk about that later, but I really just think this is not the best thing for cleaning outside windows. But inside of the window and mirrors and things like that, it's definitely a good choice. All right, the next new tool that I'm going to try out it's one of those like tub and tile and shower scrubbers, but with the long handle. But I'm curious for the shower where you kind of have to scrub a little bit more, if this would actually hold up. I'm skeptical on this because sometimes, like, because it has the long handle, it's like you can't get enough like push on it to really scrub deep down. So that's kind of why I'm skeptical. But I'm hopeful because it would be awesome. And then this little piece right here, you can actually hang it on like whatever shower rod you have, so that you can literally just keep it in your shower at all times and like scrub whenever you're ready. So we shall see. I'm gonna use the same kind of stuff that I use all the time to clean my showers. So I kind of change that up a lot of times, but today I'm just using my Dawn dish spray, which is in this cute little bottle. And then I'm also using Bon Ami. Sometimes I'll use baking soda or Zep cleaner, but today it's not super dirty in there, so I'm just going to clean that. Also, I wanted to show you guys. Last time you saw me clean the shower, I cleared this entire bench off and I put things up here, and we've kept it that way this entire time. It's been amazing. So I will link these shelves. They are just stuck on like this, but they haven't budged at all. They've been incredible. Also this little guy from Temu. I love those, and the boys will love those too. So I'll link that below as well, but let's get to cleaning the shower. So this comes with 4 different heads. Maybe I'll try this one first. So you can also extend the pole right here, and then this head can swivel and either be straight up and down, or it can turn 90 degrees or 45. And then also it has 2 different power modes, so it has like a low and then a high. So I really ended up loving this. I will say, however, if you have like really intensely dirty grout, you're probably going to need something a little bit more intense, like one of those drill bit things. So you're probably going to have to still get down on your hands and knees. However, if you clean your shower fairly regularly, which I love that this can actually be kept in your shower, just hanging on, something that you might have in there or somewhere close by. It was strong enough to be able to give a little bit of push to it, or a little force, I guess. And I love the different heads that it came with as well. So I would definitely be using this. I will recommend it, but like I said, if it is like intensely dirty grout and really, really dirty tiles, you might need something a little bit more intense, and you probably have to get on your hands and knees. But for just regular everyday cleaning, I absolutely love this one. All right, this stuff I actually have had in the past. One time I had bought a bottle years and years ago, like probably towards the beginning of when I first got on YouTube. I had ordered it from Grove Collaborative, and I don't know what it was. It was like, I just felt like it was so strange to squirt product onto your floor and then mop it up. So I kind of just never really gave it much of a chance. I decided to go ahead and try it out again because I have the same scent in like my wood spray multi-surface cleaner, and I love the scent. The scent itself is almond and it smells so, so good. So I decided to go ahead and try it out for if you're mopping with whatever, whether it's a steam mop or a Swiffer, or you have one of those vac mops like I have. It doesn't really matter what you're using. I feel like if you don't want to use product like in the bucket or in the solution or something, you can definitely squirt this on your floor and mop your floors as you normally would. And it will add such a subtle but really, really pretty smell to the room. And it also gives it such a beautiful shine as well. So this is like not officially new to me, but it is the first time I'm really giving it a chance, and I'm hooked. Also, I quickly wanted to remind you guys about the giveaway that I have going on this entire month as a way to say thank you for being here. This month, we are celebrating 6 years on YouTube, which is so incredibly wild to me. I still cannot believe it's been that long, but we are giving away $200 cash to a lucky subscriber. And as always, we are keeping it very simple to enter. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and then leave a comment on all of the videos that we're posting during this upcoming month. And as always, all of the information will be shared down below in the description box. So thank you so much for being here and good luck. Okay, so I want to show you guys some of the new items I got. Literally all but one is Scrub Daddy brand. So in no particular order, these are the Eco Collection Scrub Daddy. They are made from coconut fibers. I have had a coconut fiber sponge in the past from Grove Collaborative and I loved it so much, but I really love the Scrub Daddy stuff. So this I like because it's actually like a thinner version. So I'm feeling like you could get just maybe twice as much use out of these. And it has that coconut fiber, obviously, like feel, which means it's going to last for a long time, or at least my last ones did from Grove Collaborative. And then also I'm hoping it'll have like some of the Scrub Daddy power, so it'll just work really good. But I do like that they're a little bit smaller. I wonder if they're going to have the same kind of Scrub Daddy sponge thing where they get more stiff in cold water and softer in hot water. I don't know, I'm curious to try these ones. I also got this tangerine clean paste. I feel like the power paste and the pink stuff are so hot right now, like everybody is using them. I have never tried the power paste before, and the thing that I like about the power paste actually, which is kind of cool, is it actually comes with the sponge itself. So it feels pretty expensive. I think it's like $10 for this, but you do get a sponge, so that's gonna take off some of that cost. One thing that I've heard from a lot of you guys is that this power paste works incredibly. However, it can be a bit more abrasive, so be careful and like test it on certain areas, because some of you have said that it will scratch. And I'm kind of feeling like, especially after feeling this and seeing the look of it, it's reminding me a lot of pink stuff just in the packaging itself. Some of you had recommended Scour Daddies, and basically they're just the same kind of sponge, except they maybe last a little bit longer, so it makes it a little bit more cost effective. They're just basically a Scrub Daddy, except not in the smiley face shape, which is a lot of fun, but if it can last longer, that would be even more awesome. I'm curious if these are going to be what I want to clean my sink with. I like to have something that like really can get in all the nooks and crannies. These two I got together. I constantly get questions about what is in this little spray bottle that I always wash my dishes with, and it's literally just Dawn Power Wash. I've used this stuff for years and I love it. I do like the free and clear version, which that's what I got here, but it does go fast, and there are certain times where I wish I just had regular good old-fashioned soap and a nice soap dispenser so that I can kind of have like the best of both worlds. I saw this and I thought this was so cool. Fill it up with whatever soap, push down on this with your sponge, and it kind of like pops out of this middle section, or you can squeeze it and there's actually a hole in the bottom. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm just excited to try all these things out. Hopefully they will not disappoint. So I have loved this Soap Daddy. I always laugh at the name with Scrub Daddy and Soap Daddy and all the things. But anyway, I have loved this so much because now I feel like I really have the best of all worlds. I have a spray to quickly do a majority of our dishes, and then you can push your sponge down onto the top of the Soap Daddy, get whatever suds into your sponge that you're needing. And then if you do need to actually just squirt a bunch of soap on something, like maybe you're soaking a bunch of dishes, you can do that with the Soap Daddy as well. And I also wanted to mention, because I do get a lot of questions, that little tray, my soap station tray area, That is actually from Target. It is a dark marble, so as pretty as it is, it does stain, like it gets some water stains. I don't really mind it because most of it's going to be covered up by the actual, things that you have sitting on there. However, if that will bother you, then maybe steer clear of this one or maybe seal it prior to using it. But I love that it actually keeps it elevated off of the counters so that I'm not getting like those watermarks on the counter itself, because in the end, that's really what counts is your counter, not necessarily your soap station area. All right, so here I am trying the Power Paste for the very first time. My first impressions is it was very, very dense, extremely dense. It doesn't look like you get a lot, but I think it's gonna go a long way. And every time we use our pans and like we use oil, you get those kind of stains on your pans. So recently I tried using the pink stuff on this and it worked really well. But today I decided to try the Scrub Daddy Power Paste, and I am not kidding you. I gave it like 0 elbow grease. Like I just barely took the sponge across it and everything came off beautifully. I do think this is a little bit more abrasive. I don't know if I'm really concerned about it scratching things. However, I would always recommend to test different areas, but I was blown away at the power of this stuff. It's incredible. So if you have like a really tough stuck on mess, I think this one would really help with it. All right, that Power Paste, especially mixed with that scrubber, worked so good. I don't have high hopes for this. Almost a decade ago I got this. I've never been able to get it to look nice again, but I'm curious if the Power Paste can do anything for this pan. So I'm just gonna try it out. I don't have high hopes for this one. Not anything to do with the Power Paste, just the pan, but we'll try it out and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I could have scrubbed more, but do you see, like, this is the area I worked, and this piece right here, just right here. So that's what it did look like. But look, do you see that? That actually worked. I mean, it did take some time, but I feel like I could actually get somewhere with this pan if I just took some time. I am very, very impressed with this. Literally nothing's been able to do that. Power Paste is definitely a win for me. I just can't say if it like will scratch anything yet. I like that stuff a lot. Okay, no, it's kind of weird to clean the sink immediately after I just cleaned it, but I wanted to get a good clean on it just with soap and water. And then that way I kind of had like a starting point to see if the tangerine clean actually worked any better. And I do feel like it did. It actually got it a little bit more shiny and it just felt a lot cleaner. So I don't feel like that really showed up on camera. Sometimes it's hard to really show truly how something works, but I will say I really, really like the tangerine clean. And then I'm also using it just on my stove to get everything off. I don't typically have to use much on my stove, if anything at all, other than water, just because it is an induction stove and so it just doesn't really burn on all of the food and everything. But that tangerine clean paste worked so well and I don't feel like it's very abrasive at all, so I would trust putting that on pretty much anything. I think although the two Scrub Daddy pastes are somewhat similar, they are both very different. Like the tangerine paste is going to be like your everything that you can use on really anything, and then the Power Paste is more like when you really need to pull out the big guns. Also, I just want to mention these because I get questions about these silicone drying mats all the time. They actually come in different sizes. I will link them down below. If you want the smaller ones, you can actually find the smaller ones on Temu, which is the same size that I have, or you can get a larger size on Amazon. They are going to be cheaper on Temu, which is the same for just about anything. But either way, I love them. They come in a ton of different colors. Like I said, they come in different sizes. They dry really quickly. They roll up and take up no space at all. They are just awesome. All right, we are moving right along through all of the new cleaning tools and hopefully giving you lots of cleaning motivation along the way. But oh my gosh, you guys, I just have to say how much we have been loving our kitchen. It has totally changed the feel of our home. As you may know, we recently, or somewhat recently, redid our kitchen completely, and it just feels like a totally new space in here. Let me know in the comments if you saw the full renovation. I'm actually thinking to put together like an entire renovation video just so everything is all in one spot. But anyway, I just love how it all turned out. All right, we are upstairs, actually in the loft area. This is still like one of our favorite spaces in the house. It's just so cozy. It's like open. You have the walkway right here, but it's just like in this little nook. It's so cozy. In here, and I'm also gonna be doing in the theater room area, but I want to test out some of the products. So we are going to be cleaning the walls. I actually used to have one kind of like this, but the one thing I didn't like about it was it wasn't very stable. This one has a lot bigger base and it just seems like a step up in quality. So I think that's gonna be really awesome. We're also gonna clean out our couch. So no judgment, I'm sure there's gonna be lots of fun little goodies in there, but I got a little hand vac for that and I think it's gonna be amazing. I was feeling it and it has a really good suction. We're also gonna be testing out this tool right here. It's like a baseboard cleaner. We're not quite in spring cleaning right now, but I detest doing baseboards. It's like the worst of all. So I think this is going to be awesome. But this also is really cool. You can adjust this piece right here to push out and give you a way to kind of get in those grooves of your baseboards. Or, why do I do the things I do? Okay, or you pull this out and this piece actually goes flat. So see how you can pull it out or leave it flat. And so if you have it flat, you can actually clean your walls with this. I think this would take a lot longer because it's just a lot, maybe a third of the size or so of the other one. So I think the other one's gonna still be better for walls. But I was thinking this could actually possibly work well for windows. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it. We'll see. But so we have like walls, windows, baseboards, floors, couch, all the things, and it's going to feel amazing in here. So enough chit chat, let's do this. This is the little vacuum right here. It's a Shark vacuum and it's super cool. It's very lightweight, very small. This is how you open the canister. Not cool, it just pops down. It does come with 2 different attachments, or you can just use it as is. Very easy to hold. This is one of those things that I do not think is absolutely necessary at all, especially if you have a regular vacuum that has, you know, a handheld attachment or things like that. You can definitely get away with just using that. So that's kind of why I've never actually gotten a little handheld vacuum. I think I've kind of steered away from them, just thinking they're extra. However, I will say it is very lightweight, and I do love that aspect of it, and it has really good suction also. So I do definitely see myself pulling this out for smaller jobs, things where I don't need to get my big vacuum out and lug it all around the house with me. So there's absolutely a time and a space for this. Don't feel like you have to run out and pick this up if you don't have the budget right now, or if you just love your main vacuum. But if you are in the market for a small handheld vacuum, this one was amazing. So this mopping tool is really meant to be used as a floor mop, but you can definitely use it for your walls. It does come with a few different pad attachments, or I guess just pads. And honestly, this was so satisfying to sit and scrub your walls with the mop. I have always just scrubbed my walls with a rag by hand. One of those annoying things that if it's too inconvenient, you kind of just never do it. And I am not very often going to be grabbing a chair and moving it every 2 feet so that I can reach the ceiling and the top of the walls and everything. And so my walls just don't get wiped down if it's not really close by. But this was so quick and easy to just wipe down all the walls. So I was just kind of going around and just mopping all the walls. I even did some areas that I didn't film because it was just like very satisfying and very easy to do. So this tool right here is absolutely a win for me. Moving right along, we are going to be using that baseboard tool. Now, like I showed you earlier, I'm kind of adjusting it because our baseboards do have grooves in them. And I think you can do this different ways. You could probably get the mop head wet. You could spray cleaner on your baseboards like I'm doing here. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about actually putting the cleaner on your baseboards. But I was kind of torn on this one. I'm a little bit still undecided about it, but it's definitely not like an immediate win for me. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. I'm like half and half on this. I feel like it's a little bit difficult to control. It does work. It's just a bit difficult to control. So I don't know. I haven't made my mind up on this one yet. However, I'm curious to see how this will work on the windows with the sprayway. This one could be nicer than the Swiffer, so I'm just gonna put this on totally flat, and this is the microfiber one, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I will say this does not work well for windows. I can just see streaks like crazy. So I'm gonna go get another microfiber cloth and try it again without this tool. I just think this pad is not good for windows. Before I keep testing this, I need to clean the outside windows properly because nothing is working good for them. I think I just need to get some Dawn dish spray and actually like clean them, like scrub them. So I'll go do that, and we'll reach a verdict on the sprayway and Swiffer. So once I sprayed down the windows and kind of scrubbed them with a sponge on the outside, I ended up just using the indoor mop, the one that I was cleaning the walls with, and it worked beautifully. It cleaned them so nice, and then I just actually dried them off with, I think I just used the microfiber cloth. That worked so beautifully. So I will say that Swiffer trick definitely works, but not on outdoor windows, or at least here in Arizona where we have so much dust. But one thing that I really do love about this mop is that it's flat, and honestly, it's so satisfying to do. It's very quick and easy. You can use the mop bucket with, different cleaner in there, or you can just use that Method Squirt floor cleaner. That worked beautifully as well. And like I said, it gives the most amazing scent. It smells so good. But I really love that mop does a lot of different duties. It can be used for your floors, for your walls, scrubbing outdoor windows. Like, it's just very versatile. So this is one that I would absolutely recommend getting for multiple things throughout your home. I really just love this mop. I loved the one that I used to have, and like I said, the only thing that I didn't love about it was that I felt like it was a little bit tippy, and this one is not that way at all. So I think they really fixed all the things that I wasn't loving about it. This one is definitely getting high scores from me. Hello, it is actually the next day. Kyle and the boys got home and we just got busy with life. So I figured I would go ahead and just tackle the theater room this morning. There isn't really a whole ton to do in here, just like general tidy. I do want to slow vacuum the floors and found that girl's YouTube channel that I saw the mirror hack on, and I noticed I was doing it a little bit wrong. So I'm gonna try it her way. It's not much off, but I'm gonna see if that will help. But also I did want to say I looked at my mirror this morning in our bathroom and it looks incredible. So I would definitely say I like that for mirrors. I think you can't just wipe down an outside window. I feel like you have to literally wash it, or at least here in Arizona where there's like so much dust and dirt, you have to really deep clean the outsides anytime you clean it, otherwise you just will smudge it. But anyway, we have some work to get done here, so let's do this. This theater room is one of our other favorite places. It's just like so loungy and inviting. I don't really think anything will ever compare to our basement that we finished when we lived in our Utah home. If you've been here for several years, I'm sure you've seen those videos where we actually, Kyle, like completely finished our basement because it was just some studs and concrete all over the floor and we just did it all ourselves. It's funny because it was like such a random kind of weird basement and we made it into just like our dream space. We love that one. So I don't think anything will ever compare to that, but we do love spending our time here in this theater room. But because it is such a laid back space, and I feel like in a lot of ways, Kyle and I are pretty laid back parents. When we're in here, we don't have a whole ton of rules other than like don't trash the place, but like we eat in here, we just enjoy our time. And so it definitely takes a little bit of abuse, and I need to come in here fairly often and just give it a good thorough cleaning. Once again, this little hand vac worked beautifully. I really can just not say how nice it is that it has such great suction, and it just works so well to do like these little tasks like this. This was a little bit unexpected. I wasn't really planning on tackling the windows, but when I got a little closer to them and I was in cleaning mode, I was like, I cannot go out of this room without tackling them because they were disgusting, as you saw. So I'm actually pulling out my wet, I don't remember what this is called, like the wet eraser or wet duster. Oh, that's it. It's a wet duster, and I hadn't used it in about a week or so. So as you can see, at first it was like rock hard, but I just rinsed it and kind of submerged it underwater, and eventually it was good as new. So the thing that I love about this is that you're able to really nicely dust everything off. As you can see, like these windows were kind of caked, so it was making a bit of a mess at first, but I was able to just keep rinsing it, and then you squeeze the water out, and it just keeps being so usable. The thing that I don't like about doing this with like a wet cloth is after a while it just kind of cakes into the cloth, whereas this is way more dense, and so all the dust and dirt just really runs right off it, and you don't have to, dirty up a bunch of cloths or anything. It's just so convenient. But it also has those little ridges in there where it just kind of traps all of the dust and dirt. So these are awesome. You can find them on Amazon. I ordered mine from Temu, and I actually shared it a few weeks ago and I tried it out for the first time, but I love this little tool as well. Also, this is kind of random, but I'm actually recording this voiceover out of my office because I have been displaced away from my office for the next, several days, I guess, maybe the next week, because we are actually doing a reset or refresh on my office and kind of pull it out of that modern farmhouse style that we had in our old house and really just make it flow so smoothly with how our style is now. You guys will see that video next Monday. So that really has nothing to do with what I'm doing here or the cleaning or anything, but I'm just excited and it reminded me because I'm doing this voiceover right here, not in my office. And that's why it's like an inconvenient but good thing. Okay, now this is the thing that I was doing wrong with this hack. So I was trying to, I was basically just hooking the microfiber cloth onto the Swiffer wrong. So what she does is actually just like puts it in the corner and then part of the cloth can kind of hang off to the side. But that worked so much better because it makes the cloth really nice and pulled taut, but it also gives a lot more cleaning area because once one side of it gets all wet and filled up, you can just pull the cloth down and readjust it and you get like double the use out of one single cloth. So do it this way, you will love it. Finally, we're just going to be cleaning the floors in the theater room. So I am actually slow vacuuming. Now our Roborock robot vacuum just cleaned earlier in the morning, so I didn't need to do like a regular vacuum, but typically I would go through and just vacuum the floors as usual, empty the canister, and then you literally just go over your floors extremely slow. Like it will take maybe 10 minutes or more just to vacuum one little room. But if you give your vacuum time to really go over each area slowly, you will be amazed at how much dust and dirt and hair and all the things was getting left in your carpet even after a regular vacuum. I think that's really how vacuums are intended to work, is just going over your floors slowly, but we always tend to kind of rush through that process. So if you are not slow vacuuming your carpets, try it out. It is amazing. And that is everything for today. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this gave you a ton of cleaning motivation. I hope it helped you feel a little bit more guided through these cleaning products. If you have any questions about anything that I used today, please leave a comment down below, ask me questions. I'm here to answer them and help you figure out what ones would be best for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the bell notification so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And I will see you guys right back here on Thursday, as well as next Monday for that house projects video where we are going to be pulling my office out of the modern farmhouse feel and giving it a completely new vibe. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are headed to Costco. They have their like savings going on for a little bit longer. So we're gonna go ahead, head over there, pick up some things. And then once we get back, I will share an entire haul with you guys. I'm also going to be like prepping out whatever randomness we get. I'm like pretty sure I know what we want, but you know how it goes when you go to Costco. We are a little bit behind on schedule today. So let's go ahead and head to Costco. Walking into the store, right in that entrance area, you can always see a ton of their sale items, which I feel like a lot of times are really good deals. Like actually these collagen peptides are a really great deal. I just kind of bought some, so I don't need any, but I feel like for some reason I almost never buy something from this entrance area, but they definitely had a ton of great deals this time. These are a super good deal. They're on sale for $29.97. Our ceiling fan actually stopped working a little bit ago, so Kyle's gonna work on getting that fixed. But I'm wondering if this would be like a good alternative for now, especially for that price. Alrighty, we are almost to September. You guys have to let me know, are you getting into fall? Are you getting ready for it? Are you already in fall? Here in Arizona, the boys have been back to school for almost a month already, which is crazy. Like, we have gone back so early this year, but I feel like we've kind of been in limbo for the last few weeks, like not really in summer, not really in fall. So I personally am getting ready for it. Like, I'm starting to feel it. And I'm actually going to be sharing my fall clean and decorate with me very soon, not next week, but I believe the week after. So stay tuned for that one. And as I'm just randomly taking you throughout the store, I wanted to mention these socks are amazing. We always pick them up when they go on sale. They do not stretch out. They last for a really, really long time, and they're really nice quality. So if you see the Puma socks go on sale at your local Costco, pick some up. Like, we won't probably use this in Arizona so much, but it's $15. This is a good brand. We actually got these for our winter coats. We lived in South Dakota, which it's freezing. And it's not like a super heavy jacket, but that is a great deal. These are massive, massive, massive ones, but I think that's a pretty good deal for these. Like, so it ended up being like $30. And this is huge. It's 14, almost 15 pounds. So if you have a big party coming up, it's a good place. Okay, this isn't on sale this week, and I'm not gonna pick them up today, but these are so good. You can just pop them in your air fryer, and they're great to go on salads or with lunch. Kyle and I have had these, and we'll usually have like a pack for 2 lunches between us, if I'm remembering right, but they're really, really yummy. This is awesome. You can like put it over rice or different veggies, so we'll get one of those.
Even the Kevin's, just the sauce, they come in a packet.
Yeah.
That stuff is so good. You just fry up some chicken and dump the Kevin's on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
And you can get it with like beef too. It's so good.
So good.
So for me, the fruit prices at Costco are hit or miss. Some are like okay, some are, I feel, a little bit expensive, especially if you're able to take advantage of the deals that your local grocery store might have. However, I always feel like majority of their veggies and greens and things like that are a good deal. So I definitely love going into that freezing cold room and picking up a few things, because a lot of times those are the best deals that you're gonna find. We are not in the diaper stage anymore. Honestly, baby wipes are good for everything, but they are on sale right now. And let me see. Oh yeah, they have Huggies on sale, like a pretty good discount on these. So if you have little ones, Costco's your place. Okay, these were really interesting to me. Let me know if you've tried them out before. One of the difficult things about Costco, and one reason I love watching Costco Shop With Me's, is because it's a lot harder to test products out and to, have those splurge items, because at Costco you're buying in bulk. So one splurge item could set you back like $10. Whereas if you're shopping at Walmart, you're only gonna be set back a couple dollars to test out a product. So definitely leave your favorites down below. These uncooked tortillas are awesome. You just heat them up on the stove for just a couple minutes and they taste incredible. And then if you're gluten-free, these are the ones that I get. They're not on sale right now, but they're that Siete brand. Again, I don't need any at the moment, but actually, you know what? I think I am almost out. Maybe I will grab this. I think I have like 2 left. They're awesome. Kyle has tried this Mateo's salsa, and he said that one's really good. This is like my favorite salsa. It's not on sale, and we don't need any right now, but they always have it. It's always a good deal, and this stuff is so, so yummy. It's just the Kirkland's brand. This would be so yummy on like stir fries and things. Before we get too far into the video, I did want to remind you guys about the giveaway going on all this past month. So as always, all the information will be in the description box below as well as in my pinned comment. But to celebrate 6 years here on YouTube, we are giving away $200 cash to 1 lucky subscriber. And all you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and also leave a comment on all the videos posted this month and you will be entered to win. So good luck. Okay, I got these last month, I think. They were on sale. They are so good. They're basically like a Mounds or Almond Joy, but with better ingredients. And I might have a couple more, or I just ran out last night, I don't know, but so, so good. All right, I have not done a full-on Costco haul in quite some time. It's funny, I used to do these like every month, maybe every 2 weeks back when we lived in South Dakota. But anyway, we got a big haul, but it's like not a normal haul for us, I guess. It's kind of random. I've really been doing a lot of like shopping coupons and things like that from different stores, especially doing like pickup options. That way it's like I can grab the coupon items from one store, pick up from the next store, and it's like I'm getting the best deal all around. So at Costco, we kind of did the same thing. Like a lot of these items are not everything that we're gonna be eating just for the next 2 weeks kind of thing, but instead we got a lot of good sale items and then a few things that is just the best deal at Costco that we kind of needed. So in no particular order, so we ended up getting this Breeze fan. It's just one of those big tower fans. The fan in our bedroom ended up going out, so Kyle needs to get that fixed. But in the meantime, this was $30. And then once we're done using it in our bedroom, we can put it up in the loft area, and I think it'll work really good there. You can always use more fans here in Arizona. Then I got the Welch's fruit snacks. These are some of the boys' favorites. I'm not a huge fan of getting a bunch of fruit snacks because we definitely have to keep them away from the kids or they'll go quickly, but they were on sale and these would be good just like for putting in lunches, things like that for a little added treat. These are the Korean barbecue stir fry kits. They have rice, veggies, a sauce. I got 2 of them and they were $1.99 each. Isn't that like a crazy good deal? I feel like I'm always looking for options for like the last minute things that come up because especially during the school year, like things always change. So anything that can kind of keep us away from last minute takeout is definitely going to be cheaper and a lot more healthy. Next, I got some organic oats, Dave's Killer Bread, and this is always the best deal at Costco. Like it wasn't on sale or anything, but I believe it was about $9.50 for 2, and even at Walmart it's like $6 a loaf. I got some grapes for snacking. Even though we're kind of nearing the end of summer, if you get grapes and you just wash and rinse them and then let them dry, pop them in the freezer in like a Ziploc bag and they taste like popsicles. They're so good and they're actually great to add into lunches because it serves as like an ice pack, and then by the time the kids are ready to eat their lunch, they still have cold grapes. Next, I got some of these Siete tortillas. These are amazing. They're gluten-free and they taste really, really good. And one of the things that I always try to pick up at Costco is their frozen fruit. I feel like they have the best deal and really good quality ones. So I got some frozen strawberries. And then I also picked up this Daybreak blend. It has peaches, mangoes, strawberries, and pineapple. This is mostly gonna be for smoothies, but also when we have oatmeal and things like that, I can top it on top of that and it's super yummy. I also grabbed some baby carrots. These are just gonna be mostly for snacking for the boys' lunches. They actually have this cut in half, so it's 2 different bags, which I think is just such a good idea because let's see, it's like, this is 4 pounds of carrots. It's a lot of carrots. And before it was just a huge bag, so this is gonna be a lot more manageable. These were like a planned splurge item because I went over the Costco sale price list today and they're coconut almonds covered in dark chocolate. This sounds so good to me. I'm mostly the only person in the family that loves coconut and only Liam and I really love dark chocolate, so it'll be good. These, I was pretty surprised at the price. I think they were like $17, but it is a really large bag and they tend to last for a long time and they're perfect to send with the kids for snack at school, put in their lunches, after school snack, whatever. Also for a lot of like the sports games that we have coming up, I feel like these are just such a good one. All right, these are something that's actually on sale at Costco this month, but I've gotten these from Walmart. They're the Simple Mills brand Sweet Thins. This is the honey cinnamon one, and these are gluten-free. They taste so good. They have really good ingredients. Like I don't even think they have like coconut sugar for their sweetener. So they're just really good for a healthier snack alternative. And they taste just like a graham cracker. I've even had Kyle try them and he thinks they taste the same too. So really, really good one. And I love when you can get like a gluten-free option that doesn't taste gluten-free. Next, I got some yogurt. This was not the kind that I was planning on getting. It's the Activia, but they were on sale today, so I went ahead and picked up this style. And this is just gonna be for lunches, and especially Liam loves yogurt. Go-Gurt was also on sale, so I picked up a pack of these. Luke and Noah love Go-Gurt. Liam doesn't like it. It's weird how like the kids are picky about certain things. This is gonna mostly go for like Luke and Noah's lunches, and then snacks. I don't really feel like my kids love freezing them. I don't know. I remember freezing them when I was a kid and I thought it was delicious, but our kids have never been like a huge fan of it, but maybe we'll give it another go. Then I picked up this Kevin's Thai style coconut chicken. We have had this Kevin's brand several times and every single time we do it so good. They actually have like these little sauce packets that you can get from Walmart online and you just add them to meat and it's like a delicious meal in like minutes. This is actually already, it has all the sauce, all the things, and has the meat in it. So you just literally heat this up with whatever side you want and it's super tasty. They have a few different styles of these, but we've never had one that we don't love. Then I picked up some bell peppers. I feel like Costco is always the best place to get bell peppers, unless if you can get them on a really good deal. But these were on sale at like our regular grocery stores this week. So I picked it up from Costco. I also got 2 of these cheese tortellinis. I don't ever eat these because they are literally just cheese and gluten. So it's like a big no for me. All the kids and Kyle love these. These salmon burgers are on sale this month at Costco. They are so good. We got turned on to them from my mom. She has been using them for years. Basically everyone other than Kyle loves these. Next, I got some lunch meat. This is just the Hillshire Farms brand, and this is gonna go for sandwiches mostly. And then also sometimes I like to like chop them up and put them on top of a salad or something for Kyle and I during the day. But these were on sale, so we picked this one. This was an unplanned item. Surprisingly, a lot of the other things were planned, even though they're kind of random. I don't know if we've had this kind or not before. I can't remember, but we've had a ton of the Kirkland brand soups and they're always so good. Usually like we'll do one and it'll be 2 big bowls for lunch for Kyle and I, or we can do a couple of them and like it'll feed the whole family. So it's a lot of soup in here and they're just really quick and easy. Next, I got some pasta sauce. This is the Victoria's brand. So typically we will kind of just get whatever is a good deal while still being pretty good ingredients. I do love the Rayo's brand. That is so good, but these were on sale today. So these are the ones we went with and they're also really good. And then this was kind of not planned, but a lot of times when Kyle will cook during the week, he will just get like a sauce like this and then heat it up with some chicken or beef or whatever, typically chicken. And so we saw this and it was a good price. I think it ended up being like $4 a jar. This is like a quick meal during the week. You can just chop up your chicken, cook it up, add the sauce, and then do whatever sides you want. It's so yummy. And this is the tikka masala style. I think they also had like a curry, like a coconut curry or something. I'm sure that one would have been good too. Next, we got some bananas. They are always the best from Costco, especially the deal, like the price, but also I feel like their organic bananas are just, they taste so good. Then I also picked up a pineapple, not a screamin' deal, but it is a big pineapple, so good enough. I love the Kinders brand. We've tried a lot of things from them, and every time we do, we're always obsessed with it. So I went ahead and got this because I think it was a good deal. Personally, I love the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, but it's just not the best ingredients. And so I'm always like trying to find something that we can kind of replace that with. This is my next check. So I feel like we haven't been having a ton of snacks around the house, which is a good thing. You know, like when you're in a really snacky mood and you don't have anything, it's just a bummer. So these were on sale. So we got 2 of these Harvest Snaps. I'm sure they're not like the healthiest or anything, but they're okay. And then these were on super sale this week. I don't remember if they were like $3 or $4 off each, but it was a really good price. And these bags are huge, so they last a long time. I'm expecting these bags to last us like several weeks because we got 2 of each ones. But anyway, the Boom Chick Pop, so good. It's like a kettle corn, I believe. Yeah, it's like kettle corn. Then next I got this orange chicken. This is just another one of those quick meal ideas. I'll just serve this with like some steamed veggies or sauteed veggies or something, possibly some rice. This month it was on sale. Next, I got some seaweed. These are something that I've gotten in the past, and I try to get my kids to like them, and they, I think, are just like weirded out by it all the time, so they never really give it much of a chance. But for some reason, Luke tried it at school the other day, and he came home like asking for it, and I was like, yeah, we have some in the pantry. So he ate all of that and asked for more. So I went ahead and picked some up from Costco. And we are gonna finish things off with some toilet paper. We are all out. This is on sale, so we picked it up. So that is everything that we got from Costco this time. I really feel like it was such a random trip. Like usually we get our meat there, usually we get a bunch of veggies, but I've really just been, like I said, utilizing the store coupons of like our local grocery stores really close to us. And so we were kind of stocked up on a lot of that stuff. So a lot of this was like taking advantage of the deals of things that we could use before it would go bad while it's on sale. So kind of random, but kind of a fun haul. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put away and see what I need to prep out. Putting away groceries is the worst part about grocery shopping. Whether you're shopping at Costco or whatever local grocery store, it's just like the most tedious part and definitely my least favorite, but it of course has to happen. Tell me I'm not alone in this, but one thing that I've found on grocery shopping days is I really have to plan like a very simple, quick and easy dinner idea. Otherwise, I always feel so tempted to order takeout. And then it's ridiculous because you spent all this money, you bought all these things, you have so much food in the fridge, and then you want to spend all that extra money and buy stuff from takeout. There's no need for it. You know what I mean? So I can't remember exactly what we did for dinner on this night. Maybe it was like a sheet pan recipe. I feel like it was something just very, very simple. I think what I should actually start doing is planning like a crock pot meal for grocery shopping days. I think that would actually make such a huge difference and just kind of get rid of that temptation to order out. You just have to make sure that you have stuff for the crock pot meal. So it definitely have to take a little bit of planning, but that might be what I actually end up doing from now on. Once I got everything all put away, I just started prepping out the recycling to go in our recycling cans outside. But I wanted to let you guys know, now that we have been able to use the fan and try it out, I wanted to share my little review of this. It, one, put together very, very quickly and easily, but it is so nice. Like, if you need a tower fan, look no further. This guy is gonna be your best friend. It's actually really nice quality. It comes with a remote with a lot of really cool settings, and it's also just very sleek and slim. I love this, and I'm honestly blown away. It was $30 at Costco, and I don't even think it was on sale. I think that's just the price it was. So I definitely would recommend this one. Finally, it's time to prep out the produce, and I actually used these little small containers for the grapes, and I actually ended up loving it even more than the larger ones that I usually use, strictly because these are very grab and go. For example, on some nights that we went to Luke's football practice, I would grab a container of grapes and it was just perfect size to take with us, but the larger ones I definitely wouldn't have done that with, just because they are so big and bulky. I feel like you have to put them into a different container, but these ones are just really nice. So I actually got these ones on Temu a while back. I might end up ordering a couple more of them just because they're not super large and they do fill up pretty quickly, but I really like the size and convenience of them. And as always, these containers, you guys always love them and ask me about them. And I've had them for, I don't know, I'm guessing like 6, 7, 8 months. I've had them for quite a while. And I originally got them because I basically wanted to start making my own veggie trays, because I didn't want to pay the crazy price at the grocery store, but I wanted the convenience of a veggie tray at home. And they are so awesome. We use them every single week and they help us eat a ton more veggies all the time. So these will be linked down in my description box below, but like I said, they're from Amazon and they're awesome containers. Alright, you guys, that is everything for today's video, and stay tuned for Monday because I am organizing our laundry room using all Dollar Tree items. The before was a bit scary, but the after is amazing, so I'm so excited to share that with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment to enter into that giveaway. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are actually stepping into our laundry room because we are going to be doing some organization in here. Now I definitely need to do like a full-on makeover in this space. We have, you know, lots of stuff in here that needs to be fixed and it just isn't looking exactly how I want it to. However, that's going to be a very in-depth makeover, so we want to actually organize all of the things in here, but we are going to do it on a budget. So I'm actually going to be heading over to Dollar Tree, seeing what they have, and fingers crossed that they'll have all the things that we need to organize the mess that is behind these doors. I feel like it just gets worse and worse the further you get into this, but it is just very chaotic in here. We've just kind of placed things in here, and then as we get more things or as things, you know, change out, we just keep shoving it in. So we're gonna tackle this today, and it is going to look 1,000 times better by the end of the day. So let's do this. All right, so of course the first thing, since I'm heading right off to Dollar Tree, is to actually measure everything. Now you will find out later on, I totally forgot to measure one part of these, and it kind of comes back to bite me a little bit. But I also really would love your guys' ideas. You guys know when it comes to makeovers, like everything ends up coming together beautifully, but the before is filled with a million ideas that I have. So any ideas that you guys would have, I would love if you wanted to throw them in the pile and I can kind of sort through everything. I cannot wait to do this makeover. I'm hoping to do it in the next coming months, but the first thing on my list is actually going to be the boys' bathroom. The light is supposed to arrive this week. So as soon as it arrives, Kyle and I are going to be heading upstairs and actually working on the Pepto-Bismol bathroom. But as always, I will keep you guys posted on that. Before heading off to Dollar Tree, I did want to fill up my water because that has been a goal of mine lately. I've been really trying to do good about drinking enough water during the day. And I did want to share with you guys, we have finally restocked these tumblers. They are still in very limited quantities, so I'm sure they're not going to last for long, but I will have the link down below if you want to order one for yourself. They come in 5 different colors and they're 40 ounces. They are awesome, awesome tumblers. You guys are going to love them. You guys know how it goes when you go into Dollar Tree. Like some Dollar Trees are just fully stocked and they have aisles and aisles of bins and containers, and then others are a little bit less. So this is the one that's closest to our house, and I wanted to go here first in hopes that they would have kind of enough for us to do this, especially because this isn't going to be like my permanent situation. I'm actually thinking I'm going to be taking these cabinets off the wall and kind of doing something a little bit differently. So I really didn't want to put a lot of money into this makeover. I wanted it to be very budget friendly, but also give us a lot of added function. Even though they didn't have like a huge selection, I was able to grab exactly what I needed, and we got it all on a very low budget. All right, I'm all back from Dollar Tree. This is not the best way to organize. The best way is to like declutter everything and then pick exactly what you want, but I'm keeping the receipt so I can just return anything that I don't end up using. So I tried to stay pretty neutral for these. So I got like white and clear bins, and then these were the only colors that these two came in, so I can end up spray painting them if needed. So I got 2 of these. I love these because you can pull them out. They have the handle. You can see through them to see what's inside. They're also really flexible, and then they just have a lot of good space in here. So this I'm planning to put things like mop heads, rugs, things like that. Then I got 2 of these. I might end up storing like some essential oils in these, but if I end up using these, then I'm probably gonna spray paint them just to make them like match a little bit nicer. And then these bins are really cool because if you flip them around, they have these little feet and they stack on top of each other. So it just makes really nice use of that vertical space that a lot of times goes wasted. Then these ones are definitely like kind of thinking outside of the box because this is actually over in the kitchen section. They are can organizers, so they're clear and they also are like really low profile. But my thought with these is I can stack a lot of things in here. Unfortunately, these don't stack on top of each other, so it's not going to use a bunch of vertical space, but I can adjust the shelves if needed. But this way, like I can keep things organized right next to each other and be able to grab them out really nice and conveniently. Then I got 6 of these kind of traditional bins. These ones you can't see inside of, which can be a good thing, but I'll definitely want to label on the outside. And I believe these are also dry erase. So just for, quick getting things done, or if you don't have a label maker or you don't want to go to that trouble, you can always just dry erase right on your own labels. But these are like decently good size, definitely like a staple bin from Dollar Tree. And last but not least, I got these ones. These are awesome because they are, the squared off shape. So you're going to be utilizing the most space. They're good size, so they can hold a lot of things in here. They are, again, like kind of see-through. You can actually see inside what's in them. And then of course you can go the extra step and label them to make them look a little bit more put together. But I got 4 of these ones. So now is the not fun part. We're gonna start taking everything out. I'll clean all the shelves out, and then we'll actually start putting back what we want to put back in here and organizing it. First thing first is to go ahead and just empty out all of the cabinets. Now, as you can see, there was really like no rhyme or reason to these cabinets. I had just kind of put things in here randomly, never actually went back through it. And just being honest, I don't actually think I ever cleaned these cabinets when we moved in. The house was actually not left super clean. And so it took a lot of time to just like work through the rest of the house. And this was one of the areas that kind of got neglected. And then it just got stacked full of randomness, and I never really messed with it since then. So not only do we have a lot of clutter in here and a lot of randomness, but we also have all of the mess that was left for us by the previous owners. And so I will be tackling that in just a little bit, but it really felt so good to finally get our laundry room organized. And also you'll notice I am just pulling everything out with no rhyme or reason, just kind of taking things out as they come and then actually putting them into laundry baskets, just because the laundry room isn't the best place to like really organize everything. And then once I get the bins all situated and I kind of get a better idea of how exactly we are going to organize things, then I can organize out on the kitchen counter and then bring them back into the laundry room. Also, I quickly wanted to remind you guys about the giveaway that we have going on all this month to celebrate 6 years here on YouTube. We are giving away $200 cash to one lucky subscriber. So all you have to do is make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and then go ahead and leave a comment on all of the videos shared this month and you'll be entered to win. And of course, all the information for that will be shared down in the description box. So good luck. All right, my cleaning lineup today is some paper towels and my Blue Land multi-surface cleaner, of course a magic eraser for those tough little stains, and then I just have an e-cloth with water to kind of wipe everything down. So my reasoning for using all of the different cleaners is because I didn't want to dirty up my e-cloth immediately with all of the gunk that's kind of stuck on the cabinet shelves. And so that's why I started with the paper towels and then went on from there. Thank goodness for magic erasers. I don't know what I would do without these things. They are seriously magic. They get rid of all of the messes. Once I got everything nice and wiped down, Kyle just came in and helped me kind of change out the shelving situation because for whatever reason, the shelves were just put in here so weird. Like there were a few shelves that kind of blocked the other one and you couldn't even access it really. And I really wanted to make sure that we were utilizing all of the space really nicely. So we actually just pulled 2 of the shelves out completely and didn't even return them back into the cabinets. So you'll see me do this typically whenever I'm organizing a space for the first time, or if I'm like really reorganizing the space, is I'll actually do kind of like a dry fit. I'll basically just stick all my organization containers into a space without anything in them. And that really gives me a good idea of how everything's gonna fit and kind of starts the ball rolling in my mind. And once I get that kind of figured out, that's when I'll actually go in and start filling up those containers and bins. Okay, so I made a bit of a mistake when I was measuring. I completely forgot to measure the depth of the cabinets. These ones are a little bit too lengthy this way. And then these really nice size bins, it's like a little bit too deep to be able to close it. So again, like I just rushed through the process, and I will have to return these these 6. And I think I'm actually going to probably go pick up 6 more of these ones just because I really like this size, and then I can put them on the top. That's really kind of all I'm missing. Just a bummer that I totally forgot to measure that, but now we can go ahead and start actually organizing. So I think I'm gonna do it in the kitchen just so I have a little bit more room to spread out, but this will be good. We are making progress. So definitely organizing the containers a little bit in the cabinets really gave me a good idea of like which containers were going to work for what area. And what I ended up doing, and you'll see this later on once I actually stick the containers back into the cabinets, is I kind of used the first cabinet off to the left for like the actual laundry items. And then the second cabinet was really more geared towards like cleaning around the house. And then the third cabinet is a little bit cleaning and also some cat items and things like that. So I kind of had different sections, and that really helped me know like which containers fit in those sections, and then that just went along with how I can organize each container within that section. And no judgment, I love the subscribe and save section from Amazon because you can get things on a discount. You can also have things come and show up when you need them, like without having to think about it. However, if you are not organized, like I wasn't in our laundry room, you can definitely continue with the subscribe and save, or you can buy extra things when you don't actually need them because you don't know what you have. Like there are so many times where I've bought extra things thinking I don't know where they are, I must not have any, I need to order more. I do a big organization and I have way more than we needed. When you don't declutter and you don't have things organized, it will cost you a lot more than just your space, because disorganization will cause you to have to rebuy things, and that drives me absolutely nuts. All right, we have some things organized already. A lot is still not organized, but I'm kind of like at a standstill on this until I start putting things in there. So I think now that I got a majority of it organized, I'm gonna bring things in there, kind of get them set up in the shelves, and then we'll just continue organizing like actually in the laundry room. I don't know, sometimes that's just how I like to do it. Not a lot of rules to organizing, just however it works best. So let's bring this on in. So a few of those containers we were just reusing from things that we had already had organized, which was literally like those 3 items. Everything else was just shoved in here. So I'm keeping those just because they do work really well, but everything else is of course from Dollar Tree. And if you're wondering why I'm putting some of the bins like forward facing, kind of sitting there weird, I'm actually doing that for any of the bins that are unused right now or empty. And that way it makes it really easy to tell like where I have space to continue organizing without having to pull all the bins out. Like, did I get that top bin full, or does that one need stuff to be filled up in it? So like I had mentioned, like there really isn't a ton of rules to organizing. You can change things up however you need. It's really just whatever works for you. Okay, this is a fun little trick. It's really nothing crazy inventive or anything, but truly, like, even if you don't actually decant your items, a lot of times you can just take the labels off of something and it will immediately look so much more, aesthetic. It will look so much more peaceful and calm. Now, we don't need the labels on these because we know exactly what they are. Just taking those really colorful, bold labels that are used to get your attention in the store, when you take them off in your house, it just makes your space feel and look so much more peaceful and calming. And I definitely love doing that anytime I'm able to kind of keep it in the same bottle that it comes in without having to actually decant the item and go to the extra step. Once I got everything, for the most part, organized in the laundry room, I actually went into my office and started working on some quick labels. Now, I could have done this a few different ways. I could have just made your typical stick-on label, but I decided to actually use my sticker paper and just take the extra step of like weeding everything out, just because, like I said, these aren't going to be really permanent, so these are going to be a lot easier to stick on, make, and also remove. So I typed up everything and got it printed out on my printer and then cut with my Cricut machine. And then I had some really simple DIY sticker labels to stick onto all of the bins. And especially when you're using bins that are not the see-through acrylic ones, it's really beneficial to use labels because not only you can tell where everything is, but also if anyone else accesses the space, they can tell where anything is without having to really search through it. So it keeps it more functional when you're actually using it. And I've also found that it makes it way easier to maintain that organization if things are labeled. Just random, but the two little things in this bin is actually a little ball that you can toss into your washing machine and kind of catch any extra hair. And then the square pieces in the back are to tuck your sheet corners into to help them dry a little bit nicer and not get all wadded up. All right, this is the final look in here. It's so amazing that we were able to transform the space for less than $30. We didn't have to paint anything. We didn't have to tear anything down. All we did was pull everything out, clean everything off, declutter a little bit, and then organize using these simple Dollar Tree bins. Everything turned out so beautiful. It is so functional. I no longer dread walking into the laundry room to do any laundry. It's just such a nice place to be. I mean, it's not aesthetically where I would like the rest of the laundry room. Behind these doors, I love it. And it also just goes to show, like, even if you're not loving the space and where it's at yet, you can make it work for you. You can make it beautiful. You can make it functional and make it a space that actually can bring you joy without spending a lot of money or even a lot of time. Like, this only took me a couple of hours. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you lots of motivation to organize a new area in your house, and I cannot wait to see you in this coming Thursday's video. We are going fall shopping, and I found some amazing things. I'm going to be showing you guys a haul of what I got, because next Monday we are officially decorating for fall in our house, and I'm sharing it all with you guys right here. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.